But stories can actually make your idea more valuable to the people you're talking to. I'll just give you an example, a very personal one actually. So a year ago this summer, my wife and I were at an art fair in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, full disclosure here, my wife's the artist, okay? I have zero artistic talent, okay? So the truth is my wife was at an art fair and I went with her to carry the bag, right? So I had, she can go from booth to booth to booth and talk to all these artists intelligently about their inspiration and their medium and their techniques, and I have no idea what they're talking about, but I'm following behind with the bag and doing as I'm supposed to do. Well, we were at this art fair, and she was looking for a certain piece for our kids' bathroom at home. And we got to this one booth of this underwater photographer named Chris Goog. And this guy's amazing. He takes these mesmerizing underwater pictures of sea anemones and coral reefs and sharks and whales and all kinds of things. And she's flipping through his pictures, and she gets emotionally attached to this one particular picture that, to me, looked about as out of place as a pig in the ocean. And the reason is because it was a picture of a pig in the ocean. Bill, if you can show that. Literally, that's it. So she's talking to this guy about all this stuff, and eventually it gets to be my turn to say something. And I said, Chris, dude, what's with the pig in the ocean? And that is when the magic started. He said, oh yeah, it was the craziest thing. He said, that picture was taken right off the coast, off the beach of this uninhabited island in the Bahamas called Big Major Cay. And he said, apparently a few years earlier, this local Bahamian entrepreneur decided he wanted to raise a pig farm for bacon, I guess. And so he bought this whole trove of pigs and needed a place to put them. And there's this uninhabited little island out there that nobody owns and nobody lives on. And so he could keep these pigs out there for free. So he throws his pigs out on this island and just kind of waits to see what happens. Well, he said, he pointed at the picture and he said, so look back up there behind the pig up on the beach. Can you see what kind of vegetation's growing up there? And I kind of squinted and looked and I said, all I really see are cactus. And he said, yeah, pig don't like cactus. They weren't thriving, they weren't eating, right? And he said, now the good news is, not long after that, a local restaurant owner on a neighboring island started boating his kitchen refuse every night right off the coast of Big Major Cay and dumping it overboard. So pretty soon the little piglets smell the food and they brave the ocean waters, or they're going to starve to death, right? One pig, then two pigs, then three pigs. It's 2 generations later, and all the pigs on Big Major Cay can swim. Okay? True story. Now, he said it doesn't stop there, because he said, a really cool thing was normally when I go take these pictures, I have to get on my wetsuit, my scuba gear, and I go underwater and it takes hours and hours. He said, when I got to Big Major Cay, all I had to do was lean over and stick my camera out, because all these pigs have learned that when a boat's coming, it means they're going to get fed, right? They think it's the guy from the restaurant, right? I just leaned over, stuck my camera in the water, boom, I was done. Best picture, fastest, most efficient picture I ever took. And he said, and by the way, nobody calls it Big Major Cay anymore. And you've probably never heard of Big Major Cay. But if you ever go to that part of the Caribbean Ocean, go find Pig Island. That's what they call it now. This is Pig Island. I pulled out my wallet, my credit card, slapped it down. I said, we'll take it. 2 minutes earlier, that picture was worth nothing to me. It was just a silly picture of a pig in the ocean. But after that 2-minute story, it wasn't just a picture of a pig in the ocean anymore. It was a story, right? It was a story that I could appreciate and I could tell to other people when they come to my house, and I love telling that story. And it was a geography lesson, a history lesson, an animal behavior lesson, all rolled into one, right? So the story added so much value to what was, to me, just a useless piece of paper. But now it's a valuable piece of art and a story that's hanging on my wall. Stories literally can add value to the idea that you're trafficking in.